All right. Okay, so today I called the Department of Workforce Development because I wanted to double check that a fax I sent them was was received, and that it changes my unemployment status, or it changes the fact that you can collect unemployment benefits. So when I called the unemployment office today, they told me that they never received the fax yesterday. They said they never got it. But as you can see here, this is the unemployment workforce development number. This is the time I sent it, and it says that one message was sent yesterday. So how fax machines work around the world is that once you get the sent message right there, it means that the fax machine on the other end sent a message back to the fax machine you used and told that machine that a piece of paper or whatever it is that you sent to the machine on the other side was received. And once that piece of paper gets received, the fax machine on that side sends you a message back, your machine back, a message saying, I received that fax. You can tell whoever sent that fax, it was sent. It has been received. That's the only way fax machines work. That's the genuine purpose of fax machines. It's the only reason why people use fax machines. They guarantee whether or not the message was sent. It's like an email. So that's exactly how fax machines work. The Department of Workforce Development chose to lie to me and destroy the first fax I sent them. They didn't lose it. They didn't miss it. They didn't mishandle it. It was sent, and they got rid of it. They've done this before. They have denied receiving messages from me, and they have sent it. So clearly it says that the fax machine was sent, and this sent message, would never be received by me unless the fax machine on the other end received and printed the message I sent. That's how and why fax machines are a guaranteed way to ensure that you send things to other people and they receive it. That's why we still have faxes. There's no mistaking this. If anything went wrong, you would get a message saying that fax was not received. That would be the message that you get from the other end. Anything at all. The paper didn't print. The machine wasn't on. There was an error. The paper didn't come out all the way. There was no ink. There was a electrical interference. Any issues whatsoever would give you an error message, and the fax on the other end would, the machine on the other end would say, return not sent. Return a message saying it was not sent. We did not receive it. There's something wrong. Tell them it was not sent. So somebody lied. That piece of paper came out that machine, and the Department of Workforce Development decided to lie to make me do it twice, and hope that something bad happened today, and I would never be able to prove I hit their mark. The number of the dollars you'd have to work to get, and someone just used technology to force me to pass gas, because they said you will have to redo this video. So they just used technology to force my anus, my butt. Wait, they just did something with the use of technology, implants, to make me flatulate. And then in my right ear, she just laughed and said, we're going to tell everybody you passed gas in that video. And now you have to redo this video. And it's incredibly difficult for you to do. So they're using technology implants right now to electrocute my genitals, electrocute my ears. My ears are burning. They are burning the edge around my ears and burning like the testicle area of my genitals. in the top of my penis. So my point is, the people who work at the Department of Workforce Development wanted me to do this twice, because they hoped the second time I wouldn't have a chance to send it because of the harassment, the sexual harassment I deal with at work, or the police harassment, the stalking. Something bad would happen, and the Department of Workforce Development would never know that I earned the money required to get unemployment insurance and to start getting payments from them. So they destroyed the evidence in hope, or destroyed the message in hope that within a day, I would never get a chance to send them another message. I would never get a chance to send the Department of Workforce Development evidence, or the character builder, the character building evidence that I enjoy working, I like to work, and they don't want evidence of that. So somebody who works at the Department of Workforce Development is in the gay community, and they thought if the message was sent and they received it, the truth behind that message was that I like to work. I hit the $3,500 mark that they didn't think I would hit. It was $3,000. So the Department of Workforce Development never believed I would get a job and work to earn that amount of money. And since I did, it's a slap in their face. It's an insult to their psychology. So their psychology was that I never want to work. And if I sent that evidence to them, it would be a slap in their face. So some individual there was using his personal feelings and hurt feelings to make a decision to erase or destroy the message I sent them. And there is no excuse. It is literally in fine print that a message was sent and a message was received on the other end. So if that piece of paper is gone, that means somebody got rid of it. They just took it off the machine and threw it in the garbage, or placed it in the wrong place where nobody would find it for weeks or days, or unless they went looking for it, unless they searched somewhere to find it. And by then, who knows? Who knows? It would be too late, or some time would have passed where nobody noticed. Or I would be mad, right? So they thought if they told me the fax was never sent, I'd get mad, right? I'd get mad and cuss them out, or get mad at everybody, because I know I sent the message, and I know that it means, and if I got the sent message, if I know I sent the fax, and if the fax machine says the message was sent, that somebody is messing with me, somebody is harassing me, right? Well, considering based on my history, or based on my complaints about the people around me who do bad things because they can, not because they're supposed to, but because, well, of course, because they can. So I would be mad, right? I would do something or violent, right? Get mad, start cussing, yelling at people, do something aggressive because something didn't work out the way I wanted, like a child, right? But that's not what I did. I decided to go back today, and I went to Office Depot today, and I sent another one. I went today, where is it? Crap. Today at 7:31 p.m., I decided to send another fax, and I got another confirmation that the fax was sent. So I did it twice. Instead of getting mad and frustrated, I decided to do it twice. And someone in my left ear just said, "Congratulations, we're so proud of you. You're not the bad person we thought you were." That's just more harassment. Of course not. This is what normal adults do. They just go do it again because they have to. They have to. Even when they're dealing with inappropriate professionals or people who work in professional occupations and take personal things in their professional position against you, you still have to behave like an adult. And that's what I chose to do. And despite these people using technology to interfere with my ability to speak, I still try to tell. I will continue to tell as much as I can. And that's what somebody at the Department of Workforce Development decided to do. They decided to destroy the message that I like to work. I will keep working. And you can set a bar as high as you want to set. I will continue to work. It's not me that is refusing to work. It is the people I work with who don't want me to work unless I'm willing to have sex with the gay community. And that is my problem. And the Department of Workforce Development is taking the side of the gay community because they think there's nothing wrong with having sex with gay people. So they're supporting the gay community in any way they possibly can, so that I have a hard time getting assistance from anyone, even the government that I'm supposed to get assistance from. So the Department of Workforce Development is supposed to assist employees. So they know I've told them several times that people I work with are sexually harassing me and doing very inappropriate things at work that they're not supposed to be doing. And they are ignoring the message I sent them. They constantly ignore the message that the messages I send them, that I'm being sexually harassed at work, I'm being harassed at work, and there are people who are trying to teach me to have sex with the gay community members I constantly work with. So this was an insult to me, to make me do it twice, to lie to me and say it was never sent. That was a complete lie. And the Department of Workforce Development is supposed to be helping people deal with any form of sexual harassment or workplace in like workplace issues as their purpose, as the original purpose that they were built their purpose was to deal with people who tell them things I've told them. And it's very easy for these people to figure out the truth. It is very, 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 very easy. You don't need an abundance of evidence to prove. They just said we need lots of evidence to prove you like to work. Lots of evidence to prove. They just said that in my left ear. Somebody just said, we need lots of evidence you like to work, and lots of evidence is the people around you sexually harassing you and harassing you at work in order to do anything to help you. That's not true. It takes one note, takes one moment or one message to it's all it takes. You don't have to spend years allowing somebody to be sexually harassed and mistreated at work in order to believe what they have to say. It's almost as if you support the gay community to let them discover whether or not somebody would be willing to have sex with them in order to work. You're giving them enough time to discover that. So you're giving enough time for these people to commit rape in broad daylight. And if you decide after a certain period of time that this person will never have sex with gay people in order to work, then the Department of Workforce Development decides that they will do their job and help the people who are supposed to be helped, not have the best work experiences that they're supposed to have. So yes, these people are facilitating or helping the gay community do whatever it is that they want to do to somebody for sex. And someone just told me in my left ear, this is more about the technology in your body than you being able to work. So if you're not willing to have sex with gay people, then that technology is not supposed to be in your body. So we have to allow these people to try to have sex with you in order for you to have the best, well, for us to develop evidence that you don't want to, and that technology shouldn't be in your body. So that was the Department of Workforce Development stance. They're allowing sexual harassment and harassment at work to prove you don't want to have sex with gay people. And if you don't want to have sex with gay people, then we believe that technology shouldn't be in your body. So normally, if there wasn't technology in your body, we would have helped you years ago. Apparently, that's what they just said in my ears, really quickly. They just said everything I just told you very quickly in my left ear or right ear, one of those ears, I can't remember. But it's still rape. You don't help the gay community for any purpose. He just told you he doesn't want to have sex with gay people. He doesn't want to be sexually harassed at work. And your job is very simple: to interfere with anyone's efforts to get someone to have sex with them in exchange for work. That is your job. It's a very simple job to do. Everything about that technology implants, that's an excuse. That is another department's responsibility. To get this technology out of my freaking body is another department's responsibility. Your job, your purpose, your gravity is to protect people while they're at work. So the Department of Workforce Development is simply helping the gay community, and they're lying about the rationality of ignoring the. They're lying about the rationality of rationality of not assisting someone because there's technology in their bodies. These people are helping the gay community commit rape, commit rape in exchange for work. If you want to work, you can have sex with gay people. But I'm gonna keep telling, and I know that the fax was sent yesterday, and I also know that everything I said about the Department of Workforce Development is very true. I'm not gonna lie. I don't need attention. I don't want attention, and I'm going to keep telling that these individuals are doing inappropriate things. And I'm not saying that because that's a common phrase that you hear on YouTube. I'm saying that because they lied. Today, the Department of Workforce Development lied to me, and they said they never received a fax, which means a fax was never sent by the functionality of fax machines. By the basic functionality of a fax machine, which is why we still use them, is if you get a message saying that something's sent, that means something was received. It's a basic, plain, very useful system. Fax machines are very useful still because they provide that guarantee of your message was sent or your message was not sent. And the Department of Workforce Development decided to lie instead of admitting that someone misplaced or destroyed what you sent yesterday.